Hey, welcome back to Nail It by Nay. Long overdue video, I am sorry. I bet you are thinking what is going on here because my nails are just all over the place. So this has been done with the Bluesky Builder Gel that I'm using today on the rest of my nails. It looks a bit grown out already because it's been on there for 4 or 5 days. My pinky has a full nail extension on because I just don't feel it can cope at the minute with a gel or acrylic extension and with all the harsh filing that has to go on to get that on properly. These are the nail tips I've used. I will link them below. They are the best tips I've used so far. Love the shape of them. They've got a really nice C-curve on, super long for those who love your nails really long. I don't, so I will be trimming them down like I have done with the middle nail. What I've done so far is obviously push back my cuticles. I've then used my e-file to file down just where the extension tip meets the natural nail. If I'm honest, for the voiceover, I don't know what I'm even saying about the pinky nail, so I'm going to ignore that. So what I'm doing next is trimming them down. Like I said, I don't really like my nails super long, and what I do is I kind of cut one side, cut the other side, and then it leaves a tiny bit in the middle where I just kind of pull it off, because it's just difficult to use these clippers on these long nails. I have to always go to the left and then to the right. You could just get one of those proper nail cutters, which I should really treat myself to. Still a bit long, so I'm just trimming them a bit further down. I can't believe it's only been 2 minutes because it feels like I've been talking forever. But anyway, I'm going to file the nail now and just make it the shape I want, really. Before I move on, I should really show you what I'm actually using, which is this. If you've watched some of my videos before, you may know that I'm OCD and I love wiping things down with antibacterial wipes, so I've managed to rub the writing away here and on the back. But hey, at least we know it's clean, so I mean, it's all good. Now, I must tell you guys, this stuff doesn't smell very nice. I can't describe it in any other way than like cheesy. It does really smell. So, I mean, if you've watched my builder tutorial on the IBD, that has absolutely no scent, doesn't smell like anything. But yeah, this stinks. So, just thought I'd let you know that. I have my bigger brush for my application and then my smaller brush just for any cleanup in case I make any mistakes around the cuticle area. This lighting is awful, guys, so I'm just going to stop it here and then I'll continue. Oh, natural daylight, that's much better, but you've missed me doing the thumb and the index finger. Sorry. My lighting was, I was using lighting that I use in my garage when I'm doing stuff on my car, and although it is brilliant for that, it's not good for these videos, and I broke my original lighting, so I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment. Exactly the same process, so even though I said you missed them too, you haven't really missed anything. I have buffed my nail again. What you'd normally see me do, like in the last video, is wipe the nail with 100% acetone. That's a bit naughty. You don't want to do that. Since I've stopped doing that, they actually last longer and don't lift. So once you have buffed it, I know there's like bits there, but if you just wipe it maybe with a brush, those brushes that look like little blusher brushes, you can either brush it with that or just go straight in with your primer. Do not wipe it with an alcohol wipe or anything. Sorry guys, I shouldn't have said my last video. What I meant by my last video was the last tutorial I did with gel. So when I did gel extensions with the IBD, I would have wiped the nails. Oh, don't do it. That is the point in the videos though, it's all a learning curve. So I mean, although I've got so much positivity from these, if you've got a problem like the lady in the comments on the IBD video, then get off my channel. Moving on, I am laying the first layer, doesn't even sound right. I'm going in with the first layer of gel. And from the IBD gel extension tutorial video, wow, you may remember that it doesn't go on like nail polish. It's not smooth. It goes on like glue. It looks, the way I describe it is gloopy. It looks so much like glue, like especially because I'm using a white gel. So just like with gel polish without an extension or on top of an extension, the first layer will look a bit washy. I always say washy like it's a real thing. But yeah, it won't have full coverage basically. I believe the correct term is translucent. But we're going to stick with washy, same thing. So yeah, after the first coat it will look a little bit like that. I'll cure it for 2 minutes in an LED lamp. Before this though, if you've made any mistakes, you go in with your clean up brush as I'm doing. Get rid of that, because if you cure it and you cure it on your skin, I mean, it does come off, but it's just harder to come off, so you just don't want that mess. So once my base layer has cured, my goal is to try and build an apex. So you want to put the bulk of the product in that area, because obviously if it's not built up there, it's when the nail can snap quite easily. It's quite weak. A bit harder to do with gel in my opinion, but still doable. Just remember not to be alarmed that it doesn't look quite smooth yet, because this self-levels. So what you want to do before you cure it is hold your hand upside down just for like 10-15 seconds, and then you can stick it into the lamp to cure. So I can see a little dip in the nail between like the foundation area and the tip, and I just want it to be smooth. So yes, if you're extra like me, then you can go in for a third coat to make any corrections, but this will definitely be my final coat. And again, remember, even when you do like self-level it and put it into the lamp, when it comes out, it's not going to be perfect until you file and buff that down. And this is what I mean, it's come out of the lamp, not quite perfect, but after you've wiped it down with your 100% acetone is when you can go in and file it. Obviously, if you do that before this and you forget to wipe it, it's still going to be tacky, so you're just going to be removing the product, making dents in it, and you don't want to do that. If you feel like product is too close to your cuticle, like a little bit on my index finger, you can go around with your little drill piece around that area, push your cuticle back first even further, and then you can neaten that. Oops. Try not to be as heavy-handed as me and mash down the nail that you've just spent your time on. What I'm going to do is try and be gentler at the moment and just file down any bumpy bits, just trying to make it smooth. You can do this with your hand file as well. I use a combination, so I mean, whichever suits you. You can use either or both like me. You're going to be using your hand file anyway to neaten off those edges, file like the sides of your nail and the tip. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward this because you can't really see what's going on, but I'm sure from many of my other videos you know what I'm doing. Right, lastly I'm going to go in and buff the nail as well. You don't always have to do this, but I just want it to be super smooth, and I just don't think it is yet. So you've got all these products for a reason, so all these tools, so you may as well use them. I'm not a huge fan of my thumb, and that's not because of the way I've laid it, that's just because I think I used too much of a wide nail. Like, I mean, if you look on my Instagram page and see like my first set of nails I did, I mean, they look good for like a first attempt at acrylic nails, but I mean, the nails was just so big, like, why? So yeah, I just think the thumb's a little bit too big. I would like it to be a bit narrower, but I mean, there you go. I think I've just spoken enough as well, so I'm just going to do this one and let you watch it. One thing I will say is that I feel like the product went on smoother on this full nail. Obviously it's going to be a smoother surface though, isn't it? Because it's not like an extension meeting a natural nail. Although you do file it down and make them like flush, it's just not the same. But yeah, this is the first time I'm using gel on a, like builder gel on a full tip. I think with it being a press on, it's probably just going to pop off in like 3-4 days. The only time my press-ons have lasted like full 2 weeks is when they're really short. So yeah, but like I said, I just feel like my nail's not healthy enough for an extension at the minute. I'm going on again, aren't I? Like, let me just let you watch the video. Now, I feel like I've put a lot less product on this nail, so I don't want to use my harsh file. So I'm just going to see how I go with the buffing. If it's not smooth enough, then I'll go in with my E-file. See what I'm saying? This big ass nail needs so much clear coat now. Lesson learned, use a smaller nail, thinner nail. It's just big, but I mean, I like the rest, so whatever. Like I said, this middle one's obviously grown out because it's been on for much longer, but I have not got time to infill one nail, so it's going to have to wait for the rest. I cannot thank you enough for tuning in, guys. I will see you shortly because the real test is how long they've lasted and how well they're doing. I mean, they've gone on really nicely, but we'll catch up and we can even infill them in that video. So yeah, I'll see you shortly.